Tekken 8's right around the corner, and we have so many questions as to who is going to make it onto the roster. And with Tekken World Tour being done, and with getting new gameplay mechanics, and the new Nina trailer, so there's no better time than now to speculate and start coming up with who we think is going to make it onto the roster. So this is my personal prediction on who I believe is going to make it to the roster. Alright, to start off, based on leaked information from months ago, I believe there will be 25 characters being released, one of which will be a DLC character, either a pre-order bonus or a on-launch character. The first characters we know of that are confirmed, and we know that they're going to be in the game, is Nina, June, Kazuya, Jin, Law, Jack 8, Paul, King, and Lars. But we did get leaked backstage mocap footage, and it is very much suggested that Alex will be making a return to this game. It's the only one that makes sense for the movements that the mocap actors were doing. Next are the characters that I believe are going to make a return from Tekken 7. These will be people that are integrated into the story in some way, or just they are present in most Tekken games. And to start off is the ones that are present in the story, and that's going to be Elisa, Lee, and Hwoarang. They are part of Jin's crew, it just makes sense for them to come back. After that are the characters that are a little too iconic to not be in the game, and that's Brian, Dragunov, Eddie, and Yoshimitsu, which Yoshimitsu, we do suspect him to also be in the game because of the same footage that came out for Alex. It's just not as obvious. People went through, looked at it, based on costume stuff, movements, and whatever. It's highly suspected that Yoshi was present in that mocap. These next two are characters that I personally think are going to come back. For one, we need more female characters on the roster at this point, and for two, they're very fun and new person friendly, which is healthy for the game, and that's going to be Lucky Chloe and Xiaoyu. I can never pronounce her name, but Lucky Chloe is just very iconic for new people. She's easy to use, and she has a unique fighting style, which is never really a bad thing when it comes to adding characters to a roster. Xiaoyu, she's the Chun-Li character, essentially. There's no point in not putting her on. And finally, this last spot can vary between two characters in my head, that being Steve. My reasoning for thinking that it could possibly be someone else is we already have Alex that we know is going to be in the game. It's hard to believe that there will be two boxer characters, especially since with the heat system and all that jazz, they are kind of wanting characters to be a little bit more unique to themselves. If that's the case, I can see Marduk coming. He's one of the only UFC type fighter characters in the game, and it'd be nice to see him come back and be on a main roster again, rather than as a DLC. And now for these last 5 slots, these ones there's nothing really to go off of, it's just copium, essentially, that I have to go off of for these. But these are the 5 most likely picks in my head that I can see making it. We'll start off with the first two, that being Kunimitsu and Lydia. One, Kunimitsu had just got a new design. I see it as a waste more than anything, just to not use it. And then Lydia, it feels like there's a lot of story that could be had with her, so I feel like she'd be a good fit to bring back, plus it rounds out the male to female ratio a little bit better. And then as the last non-crossover character in my head, I feel like Angel has a chance to be put in the game, simply because of the whole Bloodline storyline coming to an end now. There's still questions and stuff we have of the Devil Gene itself, So it'd be cool to see Angel come back. Maybe Jin awakens some angel gene or whatever. Who knows? Could be interesting. So yeah, Angel is my next pick for who I think could be in Tekken 8. And then coming on the first crossover, I feel like it felt really good to have another fighting game character crossover as base roster. It just felt fun. It was nice. It was completely different to how normal Tekken characters are and how they're structured. So bringing in M. Bison could be an interesting thing. One, because it's another Street Fighter character. Two, he's slightly different than Akuma. He won't really fight the same that Akuma fought. So it could be an interesting new perspective on the Street Fighter character within a Tekken game. And then we also know that they were working on Street Fighter X Tekken before going and just deciding to put all their energy toward Tekken 8. So I also feel like it would just be a waste to not use those resources that they had. Plus, Bison's dead in the Tekken or in the Street Fighter story, so it's possible that they could just bullshit him into the Tekken world. And then finally, my last prediction. This will be the first DLC character, either being an on-launch DLC character or being a pre-order bonus. Who knows? It'll be something around that lines, but I feel like Zagreus has a good chance of being in the game from Hades. This is mainly because Harada has stated that he likes Hades, so adding him in would make a little sense. And then we also have a void of the Noctis archetype, since there's probably no chance he makes it back into Tekken 8. So filling that void with someone new, someone fresh, with different weapons and such, Zagreus just is an all-in-all good fit. And that's my Tekken 8 roster prediction. Now, I know like some of these probably won't make it. This isn't a leak video or anything like that. This is who I personally think has a shot at making it in the game based on just the way I feel. If you think I got anyone wrong, I didn't include anyone, you think the roster would be bigger, smaller, whatever, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get ready for the next battle.